Are you shocked as I am that I was always proud to be a comedian because comedians never went along with the status quo. We always poked hole in the status quo. We always questioned authority. We never followed rules, except when it came to COVID. Almost every comedian I know fell in line lockstep. I saw comedian after comedian get on stage in Los Angeles and shame the audience for trying to get informed about an experimental medical treatment that they're being forced to take. They used that phrase. It was called, please don't do your own research. You know, before COVID, that was just called reading.
They fell in line way before that, by the way.
And so now they've literally shamed people for reading. You wouldn't do that with any other subject. Anyway, so are you as shocked as me as how easy my old friends became Nazis during COVID? And that is not a stretch. They became brown shirts and they were enforcers. And if you stepped out of line, they were going to call on you. And I know people who weren't allowed, their own families turned on them. They wouldn't allow them to come home for Christmas or birthdays. So are you shocked at how easy people go along? And it seems like the majority of people go along with it in this country.
Well, the overwhelming majority do. And you know, comedians are not your average person. I mean, they're professional nonconformists. The whole point of being a comedian is you have special license to give the finger to anyone you want. And the people you should be giving the finger to are the ones that none of the rest of us can. That's my read on comedy anyway. It really is a special category of nonconformity. So if they're going along with it, then it tells you whatever's going on here is really deep. And again, I just refer back to the observation about human nature. The need to belong is an overwhelming need. And you have to be kind of a freak not to feel that. And so I would flip it around. No, at this point, I'm not shocked. I've been so gravely disappointed by so many people, many of whom are friends of mine, and I just feel sad about it. I was talking to one tonight who I still love, but like part of me, I just can't help but think, God, you just debased yourself. You have no dignity. You're not a man anymore. I mean, I really feel that way. But I flip it around and think, of all the people I have met in the last 3 years, well, you're one of them, and I can think of a bunch of others, Russell Brand's another, who, like, I never would have imagined. Like, you couldn't have predicted who the people were who were just like, no, I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to tell the truth. Period. I'm going to tell the truth. I don't care what you do to me. I'm telling the truth. And there was a percentage of people who decided that. And I just think they're wonderful people. They're the best people I've ever met in my whole life. I really mean that. Like, I have probably a lot fewer friends than I once did, but I respect them much more. I learn much more from them. I'm in awe of some of them, their bravery and their integrity. I mean, I never had friends like that. Naomi Wolf, like, who would have guessed Naomi Wolf? I would speak for myself. I've never been a liberal, so I would like make fun of Naomi Wolf. And then Naomi Wolf like decided, whether you agree with her or not, she's like, I'm not ever telling a lie, and I don't care what you do to me. And I just never would have predicted Naomi Wolf would be one of those people. Like, where did that come from? Who knows? But how cool is that?
I'm with you. I would have never expected that you and I would be friends with each other, that you and I would be on the same page.
I agree.
I used to be like Jon Stewart, and then I just woke up and soon as I looked into anything, like when I got vaccine injured and I looked into it, I found out they were lying about everything. They were lying about masks. They were lying about where the virus came from. They were lying about herd immunity. They were lying about natural immunity. They were lying about transmission and contraction, and they were lying about lying. And it's just, and still my friends in Hollywood will just pretend that didn't happen.
Everything's reefer madness. They have one mode.
I know. And I know I'm supposed to let you go right now. Do you have to go right now?
I gotta go. I'm doing Twitter Spaces for X Spaces for the first time.
Oh, okay. And we don't call it Twitter.
You dead named X.
You dead named it. It's called X now, but
I know, dead named X. Shit.
Kurt is not. I'm not calling it X. I'm still calling it Twitter. Kurt, what do you say?
Oh, I say Malcolm Twitter and the Twitter phone if somebody has a xylophone. I won't acknowledge X and other things. That's how dead namey I am.
That's how dead namey we are. Okay, Tucker Carlson. Everybody check out his new news network and become a subscriber. It's the only thing that can save this country is if we get information that doesn't come from the billionaire-controlled media and the liars on corporate news or the. That's it. That's the only thing. And we need an actual revolution. And I've been saying this for a while. We need it. Bernie Sanders used to start every speech in 2016. Sounds like you're ready for a revolution. Well, he dropped that. and he doesn't want one. And if nobody's going to lead it, I'll lead it. I think we need a revolution, and I know you'll be there to support us. Tucker Carlson, thanks so much for coming on, pal.
Amen.